Hello and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're going to be doing a short VFR flight from San Fernando, La Union to Vigan. So here we are in the Cessna 172. I have to say it does look very good, and it looks quite accurate to what a real Cessna would look like. So here we are at the holding point, and let's get our information from radio, but in this case it's towered, but oh well. Let's go depart north.
Cleared for takeoff runway 19er Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Alright, let's get onto the runway. Alright, here we go. I'll bring the camera down just a little bit so we can see the RPM. And the heels on the floor, full power. Engine gauge is on green. Airspeed live 40. 50. 60 rotate. Positive rate tap brakes. Alright, we'll just assume a left downwind. So let's just turn here. Let's climb to about 3,500. And below us is the city of San Fernando, over there.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, you are leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Alright, let's acknowledge that.
San Fernando Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra frequency change.
Alright, well, since overseas, actually we won't be using radio anymore. It looks wonderful though. Very, very impressed with the graphics. And this is on medium to low. A lot of these settings aren't maxed out. This isn't really a very optimal PC for this flight sim, but I'm still quite impressed with the way it looks. So around here would be San Juan, which is the 5 miles point from the airport, around here. We've passed 3,000, so we're gonna have to lean that mixture. And approaching our aircraft strut right now, over here is the Bacnotan Cement Factory. That's another marker. Doesn't look quite as much like a factory in the sim than it does in real life, obviously, but I mean, it's rendered reasonably well in this sim, so not bad. Next over here is the shoreline of Luna, which is over here, this specific shoreline over here. That's normally the place you first contact San Fernando radio when you're inbound from the north, actually. And over here is Tagutin, which is very close to the Lahar flow, which can be seen very visibly from the air. I think the wonders of satellite photography do the terrain wonders here, because this looks absolutely stunning. Even ortho scenery and X-plane doesn't really look this good, because the autogen scenery, the trees and the individual buildings are not modeled quite as well, but these are modeled very well. And coming up is Santa Cruz, and the marker being this split of the river over here. It's a very prominent landmark, given that this river kind of splits in two and eventually goes out to sea. And even from all the way over here, you can see a very prominent bulge in the coast, and that is the next waypoint, which is Candon. It is sometimes known as the boob or nipple, which sticks out from the rest of the land around it. Now, off in the distance over here is Vigan, so we're not too far away now. Another marker for Candon is this very wavy river which snakes around. Sometimes it's, you can know it as a Pansit Candon, so there is the noodle if you'd like to use that instead of the boob. Now, before we get to our next waypoint ahead, which is San Esteban, I'm going to begin the descent down to about 2,500 just so that we aren't too high. So here we go. A nice gentle descent. We don't want to go too fast. Nothing faster than 500 feet per minute. Let's see if we can begin to contact Vigan from here. Airport list. There's Vigan. Okay, there's only their traffic, so it's not controlled in this one, so we won't use ATC for this. Okay, so at 3,000 feet, mixture, full rich. You will kick the rudder for fun. We kick the rudder for fun. Now we see a cove over here. Some pilots like to use that as a reporting point as well. That's Santiago. We'll level off here at 2.5. And coming up now is San Esteban. This is normally where we would first make contact with Vigan radio. Let them know of our position and intention. So at this point now we will turn a little bit out to sea because we don't want to get involved with these mountains here, and we're going to descend to 1,500. You don't want to go too far out to sea because then that would be the day you would then be in the way of aircraft traveling in the other direction. You want to miss the mountain but give as much space as possible for aircraft traveling in the other direction. We could assume runway 02. Yeah, we can assume runway 02 is in use for now. As we close into our 5-mile point, I'll just turn the landing lights on. Normally we do a before landing checklist. 5 miles point is somewhere over to our right. There's like a white barrier that's normally there. Although even on the GPS, it'll show us exactly where that 5-mile point is. So we're coming in now. We're at 1,006, descending to 1.5. And here we are at the 5-mile point. Radio will likely tell us to join left base, runway 02, so then we just acknowledge that. So because of that, we're now going to descend down to 700. So the runway is going to be over here. Hasn't loaded quite well yet. Let's take a look at it from the outside. The runway will be around here. And so, I'm sorry, not left base, right base. We'll be asked to join a right base, so we need to just create our base leg over here, get down to about 700 feet. I'm going to lower the flaps, speed check, flaps 1. There's 1 notch of flaps. We're going to slow down. To me, it would seem like we're a bit high, so I'm just going to reduce power. I'm going to get our airspeed down to about 70 if possible. Speed check, flaps 2. And begin our turn to final. Radio would probably tell us that we may land. So let's see if we can get on to final here. And level it off. Cut the power. And let the airplane roll till we get to the taxiway where supply brakes here. And we can just get off. Let's get our power back to about 1, 2. Let's put our flaps up. So that was a VFR flight from San Fernando to Vigan. We got to see some of the amazing VFR capabilities of Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you enjoyed, consider giving a like or letting me know what you'd like to see. I'm Cadet Pep, and thank you very much for watching.